Coach, you got a very experienced and tough defensive team in Southeastern on Saturday. Go ahead, give us your thoughts on the game.
Yeah, I think Southeastern will be the most complete team that we've played to date. I think they go win at Memphis. They have a good win at home against Southern Miss. They go to Nebraska and have a lead late in the fourth quarter there against a ranked Nebraska team in a tough place to play. They start 4 seniors and a junior, and then have a lot of experience. They don't beat themselves. They take very good care of the basketball. I think they're right around 11 and a half turnovers a game. They're solid defensively. I think they rotate and get to help and just try to take you out of what you're trying to do. I think they're extremely well coached. We got a tough test ahead of us on Saturday, and we're going to need to be really, really sharp in all phases.
Obviously, with that, I mean, the turnover piece, I mean, that's what's been the Achilles heel. I mean, how do you get those down, I guess, at this point?
Yeah, I think, we could really be scoring a lot of points if we eliminate half of those. I've not had a group that's turned the ball over this much, but I've also never had a group this young, and they've got to go through that and experience it. It's not like we're not. I mean, we're keeping track of those. I mean, we give them 15 for practice. We keep those up. Every time we have one, we're putting it down. They're very aware of that. I think it's a matter of, are we getting to correct positions, and then are we playing balanced and in a stance and not rushed? We can't feel sped up, and I think we've allowed that. We watched some film today before practice, and it was funny because a couple of them, it wasn't funny, but you have to kind of laugh. They go, oh, well, they're not really on us like it felt like. And I'm like, yes, that's why we're showing you this, of you're in control, be poised in that. And they go against the pressure, and we put them in those situations. But I think for us, mainly is get to correct position in the press break first off, and then that allows your cuts to happen. We weren't even in correct position on Tuesday night, so we had a good segment of it today, and I think so much of it is just make the easy, open, simple play. Don't try to hit the home run. If you see 2 people in the paint, just reverse it to the open player and live for another part of the possession. So I think the one thing about this group is when they watch it, we watched a lot of poor closeouts that gave up mid-drives on Tuesday night, and I thought they were much better in practice today with that. So it's a continual thing. They've got to experience it. We knew we'd have some growing pains, but for them, there's certain things that we're progressing in really well. Free throws and turnovers, we've got to get that corrected. The good thing is we're getting to the line that many times. Now we got to go convert some of those.
You mentioned correction, maybe that's a weakness of the team, obviously, with the turnovers. What's something that you've seen through the first couple of games that you're proud of, I guess, that can kind of exceed your expectations for this young team?
I think we've been really good on the boards. I think that's the one thing that's allowed us some separation from teams, and then to keep us in some games where we've rebounded pretty well. Now, we gave up too many offensive rebounds on Tuesday night, but this group has the ability and has been pretty dominant on the glass so far, more so than any team we've had in the last few years. So I think their ability to rebound and their desire to go get the ball has been pretty good.
What's been the key for Isla to just block the amount of shots that she is without fouling, I guess?
Yeah, I think she uses her length really well. She's doing a really good job of timing. I think her timings is pretty good. But just not swatting at stuff and just walling up and then just timing it. And when she sees it, she goes and gets it. And I think that's an area that it gives us a rim protector. When we're not in help or we have miss a rotation, she's there to kind of help us out. And that's been, I think, comforting for our guards. But it's been a really big help for us defensively. She's doing a really nice job with that. I think we go back and I think we need to restat that first game we played. I know she had more than 2 blocks against Nichols, but I think she's leading the league in blocks right now, and that's with, conference preseason player of the year, Moldreva at middle. I think she's done a really nice job, and I think it's something the more confidence she gains, she'll continue to get better and better with it.
Now with the season, in the full swing of things, it's got a little bit over a month of conference play. How has the freshmen adapted to the day-to-day life of the full swing of the basketball season now?
Yeah, we've been, went through finals. They've finished their first quarter. They did a great job academically. That team GPA of a 3.36, 3 kids with a 4.0. Our leading scorer Jordan Marshall had a 4.0, is averaging a double-double for us. So we're putting a lot on them. Some days they're swimming. Some days that they'll make a mistake and you're like, oh my goodness. And then you remember, hey, this is the first time they've been through that. And so their willingness to learn and grow has been there. They've been very coachable. And some of it's, they just have to experience it. They don't know what they don't know yet. And we're trying to tell them what's coming. And sometimes you just have to go through it. But been really proud of how they've shown up. I think Paris Bradley has been consistently one of our best competitors every day. They want to win. They want to be successful. And they're getting a lot of opportunities right now out of necessity, but they're producing while they're out there.
What's been your impression of Sydney's start so far?
I think she can be one of the best on-ball defenders in our league. I think it gives us another ball hawk to give G a little bit of break where she's not having to guard, the other team's dominant or primary ball handler all the time. And she can disrupt, and I think that's been really good. It was good to see a couple of shots go down. She puts in a lot of time getting shots up, and it was good to see a couple go down for her, just for her confidence. We were like, hey, when we took her out at one point in the second half, she had passed up a good shot where, we're like, hey, we need you to take that. I don't care if you miss it. Like, we got an opportunity to go get a rebound, but we need you to take those shots. And she knows we believe in her to knock those down, and we know that they're going to go because she is putting in the time. And she's taking good ones. If she's taking bad ones or she's not putting in the time, then yeah, maybe we'd have an issue with that. But she's not, and I know that when you do those things, good things are going to happen. So it was really good to see a couple of them go down. But I think she can disrupt defensively and do some things that we couldn't do on the perimeter last year.
Sydney, and along with Robin, some of the older players on the team, how have they helped? Like you mentioned, the freshmen, where that's their first time doing stuff, they can lean on those guys, but also just them on the court, kind of being coaches on the court for the girls and everything.
Sure, they've been through it, and I think experience is often the greatest teacher, and unless you've been through it, you don't know. You can only hear what's being told to you, but when, a player picks up a foul or something happens on the floor, she's able to say, hey, do this, or hey, you got this, let's go, attack right here. Or if, something off the court, she can help them with that. And I think that's an area that she's taken some ownership of. I've been really proud of her with that.
What have you seen from Horn, I guess, at Southeastern, obviously leading their team in scoring?
Yeah, they run a lot of stuff for her. They're going to ISO her a lot. I think they do a really good job of finding players that they want to pick on defensively, and we're trying to make our players aware of that. Hey, if you get put in this spot, just know that that's what they feel about you as a defender. And that's really good coaching. But I think she just takes what the defense gives her. We've seen teams try to face guard her. We've seen zones. We've seen some different things, and she doesn't force a lot of stuff. She's very balanced. She can shoot the three, obviously. She can get to the rim. Like, she has a way of using her strength. They can post her up. They can put her in that high post area and let her go ISO and let her drive to the rim. She does a really nice job. I think she's very balanced. But I think her experience, she's played a lot of basketball. This is a team that I think 2 years ago when they went to the NCAA tournament, I think it was the year LSU won, they go down there and they're playing, it's close in the fourth quarter. I mean, it's a really good game, and those kids compete really hard, and she's right at the top of the list of that. And, I think, and I said it earlier, they're the most complete team and most experienced team that we've played to date and probably will be until we play Baylor or TCU and then start conference play. So it's a huge test, but she's been really, really good for them.
All right.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys.